As promised in the short vlog I posted this week entitled Veganism Now Well Represented at the Clumber Park Annual Food and Drink Festival, here is last Saturday's full-length cookery demonstration by Dirty Vegan Matt Pritchard, in which he prepares Aubergine Parmigiana. The full recipe taken from his book is in the description below this video. Enjoy!
That doesn't sound like a good time. Is everyone having a good time? I've done a lot of shows, a lot of live shows. I've hosted Jamie Oliver, Raymond Blanc, Testa Blumenthal, but I've had 2 pints as well. But I've never been so excited as I was when I got the call to host this one today. I don't know about maybe some people, I'm around 34, but some people who grew up watching Dirty Sanchez? Yeah? Some Sanchez fans in. The last time I saw this man, he was on stage live at Leeds University. He had a part of his body attached to a piece of wood. We're not going to talk about what part of that was, but he was having the best time of his life. Ladies and gentlemen, a massive, massive round of applause for the incredible Matt Pritchard! What's happening, everyone? Rock and roll! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! I've never ever done a den where someone came on with their own music. I like that, that's cool. Right, what we get dirty vegan these days? What are we cooking?
Vegan, yeah. We're cooking aubergine parmigiana today.
Really? That's my mum's signature dish.
Is it?
Italian mother. This is my favourite dish ever. I didn't even know this.
No pressure.
No, there's absolutely none. Right, a vegan parmigiana.
I'm guessing everyone wants to know how I ended up being a cook. I left school years ago, went to college, studied catering for 2 years, and then I left. I had a bit of a bad experience in a restaurant, and then I became a window cleaner, then it was a professional skateboarder, and then Dirty Sanchez happened, and then I turned vegan in 2015, and I was looking for recipes on YouTube and on the internet, and I noticed that most of the vegan YouTube channels are really boring, so I thought was a market, so I thought I'd start my own, and it was called Pritchard's Proper Vegan Cooking, and that's where it all started really. And then BBC come calling, and then the show, I think it was the first ever vegan cooking show to be on the UK TV. Yeah. And of course Bosch then followed, but yeah, it was good. We did 2 series, really enjoyed it, and had some good fun. But today I'm here, and that's how I'm here, basically, and that's what I'm cooking. So let's make some parmigiana. I'm gonna get some oil. Do you know to operate these?
Oh, right, this, yeah.
He's a tricky one.
You just spin your finger up. This one's actually a little bit more. This is a bit more complex than the other one.
It's posh, isn't it?
What do you want? 5, 6, middle?
5, please.
There we go.
Got some oil, and then we're going to cut some onions.
So Matt, it's been, like you said, it's been quite a long career and lots of varied careers. Veganism now, is there any vegans in the audience? That's amazing. Last week we did this in Surrey and there was not one. Obviously Nottingham is a bit more vegan. What was it which kind of drove you to being a vegan? Was it an ethical thing or a health thing? What was the reasons?
Well, I do a lot of ultra-endurance stuff, and there was a lot of ultra-endurance athletes who were actually vegan. So I started researching why, and I was looking into it, and the more I looked into it, everyone was watching a program called Cowspiracy. Has anyone watched Cowspiracy? And I watched that, and that was it for me, because...
Is that if Leonardo DiCaprio did something with that, or was he an exec producer on it?
I think he might have had something to do with it, yeah. It was on Netflix, and that came out, and then literally the next day I went vegan straight away. And I never looked back really, and that's how it started for me.
Right, so you just sliced up, that's 2 red onions.
2 red onions.
How did you find Parmigiana? Because I grew up eating it every week, but it's like something which has become a bit more popular recently in this country.
Yeah, it's good, man. I mean, I cooked this for my parents this week, and they enjoyed it. They finished the whole bowl of it, actually.
It's a nice one, isn't it, though? Because aubergine is quite a meaty vegetable in some respects. It's got like a lot of it's got a good flavour profile about it. You can do a lot with it.
Right, so we got the onions cut, and we're going to cook these off in the oil. I think we need to turn this up a little bit. There we go.
If anybody has any questions for Matt while we're doing this, just throw your hand up in the air.
Yeah, fire away, man.
And we'll get some. So it must feel like, you know, the era of Dirty Sanchez is like a long time away now.
Oh, Dirty Sanchez is a very long time away. Yeah.
Have you healed fully?
Mentally, no. But don't get me wrong. It was a good laugh, but no, I'm 48. I can't do that stuff anymore. Now I'm going to cut some garlic, ready to put in it, whilst the red onion is cooking. Ooh, it looks, yeah, I just bloody burped. Did you all hear that?
The microphone catches everything, doesn't it?
If my mother was here now, I'd have a slap on the arse. It's so much pressure, man. Phil Vickery's backstage cooking, and I've been watching Phil Vickery cooking on TV for absolutely years. But yeah, good chef. Yeah, happy days. That's the garlic cut. I absolutely love garlic.
I noticed on your Instagram recently something quite exciting. You're one of the first people in the UK to try McDonald's new vegan burger, weren't you?
It literally came out this week.
What's it like?
It's really, really good. I think they did a partnership with Beyond Meat. Has anyone tried Beyond Meat in here? It's really, really good. I'm pretty addicted, to be honest. But it is, honestly, it's really good. If I give it to like a meat eater, you wouldn't tell the difference. So that's how good it is.
When is it? I think they've got it in Coventry at the moment, isn't it? Is there one shop, or are they doing it across the UK? What's the plan? Because I personally cannot wait.
It's going to every 250 stores, I think.
Because I read that they were trialling it in Coventry for a week or so, and then I think it's, I don't know, but...
This is not actually cooking. I'm waiting for the sizzle and it's not cooking.
Do you remember the good old days of fire? You know, when like a flame would pop up and this is all, you're all resting on something which you can't see when you do an induction. I'll look after that.
No, that's on P.
That's superpower now.
That's superpower.
Do you want me to look after these and you crack on with everything else? Can you hear it sizzling? Yeah, it's sizzling. It's sizzling.
I'm going to cook. I'll start cutting these olives.
I must say, I like this little tiny bottle of wine. It's like what your nan has at Christmas.
Well, some of that's going in there, and some of it's
going in there.
A bit of a cheers for Keith Floyd, innit?
So we just give those a stir. So sweating down the onions, got the olives, the capers, aubergines, basil, classic components of a parmesan. Now what is this? This is something I've not seen.
Nutritional yeast, or they call it nooch. It's absolutely delicious and full of vitamin B12 as well.
It looks like fish food.
It doesn't look like fish food again. Give it a taste. It's really cheesy and nutty.
That's delicious. It is cheesy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It doesn't taste like fish food. I remember that from when I was 3.
Like vegan cheeses, they use a lot of cashews.
Yeah.
So if you put that into it as well, it gives it sort of that cheesy taste.
So have you done many other shows this year, Matt? Because I know it's been a funny time for all of us. We're used to live performance and stages.
Well, the work's all starting to come back again, which is really good. And it's great that we can have all these gatherings and everyone can come together again, which is absolutely amazing.
You like coming and doing this again? Yeah? We should do more of it. Oh, those onions are strong. You feel those right on the eyes. Now you've got 2 books, haven't you?
Who loves capers?
Caper lovers.
I love capers.
They are gorgeous. Yeah, but you've got 2 books out, haven't you?
Yeah, 2 books, yeah.
And are they available today? Can we?
It's quite funny with the first book. we signed Dirty Vegan with the BBC, and at the same time they wanted me to do the triathlon, to become the first person to do the triathlon of Wales, and at the same time write a book, and at the same time film the first Dirty Vegan show. So it was a crazy time, man. I literally didn't sleep. I had so much stuff to do, but I wrote it with a chef called Bob, who the chef from Riverford.
Riverford Organics.
Yeah. Great chef, great guy. So and it came out in time for Christmas.
I mean, have you thought about doing anything like a cafe or restaurant, pop-up kind of thing?
I have thought about it, but as you know yourself, when you open a restaurant, you live in the restaurant. That is your life. And I've got too much on my hands at the moment, so I couldn't dedicate all my time to it.
Because you've got a barbershop and a tattoo parlour in Cardiff, haven't you?
Yes, I got. Yeah,
it's amazing.
I don't tattoo. If I tattoo, the place would be closed straight away. And if I even cut hair, the place would be closed as well. How those onions going, boyo?
Hey?
How the onions going? This is good. We got a good tag team going. Yeah.
Do you want them nice and swelled down? How do you want them?
Yes, looking good. Let's add some garlic in there.
Well, you're going to be nice driving back to Derbyshire tonight, stinking like an onion.
Yes. I love garlic. It is the best thing ever, and very medicinal as well.
It's very good for you, isn't it? Like it's good for your blood. It thins the blood. And onions are great for you. Time to the end of your feed saps out all the toxins, apparently.
Time to the end of your feet?
Yeah, if you put them on the end of it, put them in your sock at night and go to sleep. Apparently it draws out the toxins. That's an old Italian wives' tale.
Are you winding me up?
No, honestly.
Are you going to make me go to bed tonight with an onion on my
feet? If I don't see on Instagram you going to bed with onions on your feet, I'll be very disappointed. Draws out all the bad humours. So we've got the onion, the garlic. And
we're going to add some tomato puree. About a tablespoon of tomato puree. Now, if you want the recipe for all this, it's all in my book, and I'm going to be doing a book signing after this. I'm going to be selling some books, so all the weights and measures are all in there. We mix that in, and a bit of wine.
Just a drop. One for you and one for the pot.
And you know it's like reduce, brings more flavour.
That's lovely. Can you smell that at the front? That lady's like, yes, I can, and I want some. Unfortunately, we're not actually tastings today because of COVID. And there's some booze there, but I'm sure if you come up and you can get a picture from Matt.
Keith Floyd, cheers, boyo.
Cheers, Keith.
Well, that's bubbling away quite nicely. We're going to reduce it down, and then we're going to add the anchovies. The capers, sorry.
I was about to say that.
Taxi! Just outside, thank you. And the olives. We're going to mix all that in.
Those olives
you've got to go easy with the salt and pepper on this because there's plenty of flavour in the capers and the olives.
Your olives look very nice, Matt. Lovely green.
They're cut nice, aren't they? Do you know what? When I was in college, I saw the chef cutting. And I saw how fast he was cutting it. And in my head, I made it my mission to try and have good knife skills like him. Because you know the importance of cutting vegetables. You can't have one thick veg and one thin veg because they're both going to cook at different times. So, nice knife skills.
It's important, isn't it? And a sharp knife.
And the whole point is that's why the finger's out the way like that so you don't chop your fingers off. So, like that. Rest the knife against it, chop.
See, we learnt something practical there.
Who would have thought you would have learned that off me, of all people? Years ago, I used to go like that and go, bang!
So, I mean, you do a lot of endurance running. Like, what do you eat to prepare for that? I mean, I can't even imagine what that must be like on the body.
I mean, once I do endurance stuff, when I'm actually there doing it, I don't know if anyone's heard of a brand called Huel. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Full of carbs, full of proteins, full of everything you need. And when you're going so far, it really, you just don't want to eat. And having a Huel, just whacking it down, gives you absolutely everything. So when I'm doing those kind of events, I drink that and it keeps me going. and yeah, it's just a great product.
So you got a couple of cans of tomatoes there. Classic component of Parmigiana.
As you can see, quality blend. I don't mess around.
No expenses spared. I must say, this is a very nice smell. Can you smell that? You probably smell it. You guys haven't moved since this morning. You were here at 8, or when I was here.
Right, we can add these tomatoes.
Italian food lends itself nicely to vegan because there's a lot of vegetables going on. Do you find like certain different food cultures work better than others?
I mean, Indian food, there's a lot of vegan and vegetarian in Indian food. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I've been vegan for 6 years now, and I haven't had any meat, dairy, nothing. And look at me, I'm perfectly fine. Everyone always says, where do you get your protein from? And as soon as they started doing endurance sports, everyone says, well, you don't want to be doing, you don't want to go vegan and do endurance sports. And to me, personally, I made it my mission to show them that, yes, I can, and I think I've proven that point.
No, I mean, obviously, if you're doing the kind of exercise you're doing, it has 100% proven you don't need meat.
Yeah. Right, now, we've done that, we've done this, that, we need to simmer this still, so we need to get it off this super duper.
We just do a nice
I don't want it to go on fire. Oh, there we are, that's simmering away nice. Now we need to do the aubergines.
There's a wasp there, we need to keep that out because then it won't be a vegan dish.
Come here.
He's hungry.
Now we all know what the emoji means for this. We're going to slice these up and we're going to fry them in the frying pan. And basically the idea is we're going to do loads of slices and fry them off, turn them over, and then we're going to decorate this pan and then get it in the oven. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to taste it for obvious reasons, but there you go, that's just the way it is at the moment. Could you do me a favour, please, Joe?
They just killed a wasp for you.
Oh,
see me dispatch that.
What with that? I'm going to use that.
I'm half Italian. How do you think we do this? Bang, dead, finished. Sorry, I know as a vegan, if you care about the animals, maybe it's a bad thing. Sorry, what can I do for you, Matt?
If you could turn that on and put a little dash of oil in there, that'd be fantastic.
Just in the pan, yep. Extra virgin olive oil. If you'd have told me when I was 17 I was putting extra virgin olive oil in a pan for Matt Pritchard as he made Parmigiana, I'd have told you to jog on.
Well,
can you all see on the screens okay? Because this morning the sun was a bit bright, so we couldn't see. Yeah, it's all good. I'm looking at that fella there, and he's nodding, and he knows. Yes, you, sir. You know it's good vision. Right, so just cutting it. It's about, what, thickness of about £1 coin? A bit more?
Pardon?
What's the kind? Just a gentle thickness there.
Just this general thickness.
Perfect.
You don't want it too thick, because it'll be crunchy. But it's going to cook in the oven anyway, because you're going to have to put it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes, 190 degrees Celsius, so it's all going to pretty much cook. And do not, if... excuse me while I cough. I don't want to cough over the food. Do not waste your food. Actually, try and recycle your food, because it generates quite a lot of power. I think... This is quite a good fact. This is, I think 80 tea bags generates enough electricity to keep your fridge going for an hour. So if in Cardiff, I don't know if it's the same anywhere else, but we've got food recycling bins, and you put all your food in there, all your food waste, and then we give it to the council, and it generates a lot of electricity. So just a heads up on that one.
Do we do that in Nottinghamshire, Yorkshire? No, we need to get on that, don't we?
I think Wales are number 3rd in the world.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Food recycling.
We need to take a leaf out of Wales books up here.
Yeah, boyo.
I have no idea what that means. Right, so chopping the aubergines, frying them just in it. Do you want me to put the heat on for you?
Yeah, if you could.
Should we get it hot? Do you like it hot?
Sizzling, hot. Away, 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 away.
Make it hot. If you know the words, join in.
Right, we're on the last one. And then we'll start cooking them. Right, there we go. Right, there's that done. Now, it's the boring part we have to keep cooking cooking these. Are these still, is this still sizzling away? We need to reduce. Flavour.
Which chefs inspired you, like, growing up? Were you watching anyone?
Sorry, I keep coughing. Pardon?
You mentioned Keith Floyd, but what chefs have kind of inspired you?
I like a lot of chefs. Rick Stein. Really like Rick Stein. I actually watched James Martin every Saturday morning.
That's like a secret guilty pleasure, that, isn't it?
Well, I couldn't watch him this morning because obviously I was coming here. But, Phil Vickery, backstage. You know, I've been watching him on TV for years, which is...
Drink water. I'm all right, thank you.
Yes, to see him backstage is a treat. Who else? Oh, there's loads of chefs. Marco Pierre White.
The Great White, yeah.
I would not like to work in the kitchen with him. Gordon Ramsay.
I'd love to see a show with that. I'd love to see you and Marco in the kitchen together. I think that'd be epic.
I think we'd end up in fisticuffs.
It's about that big.
I mean, if anyone has been to catering college, we had army chefs, and they're exactly the same as Gordon Ramsay. It's just working in the kitchen is hard work, and if you do something wrong, God help you. Honestly. Right, we're going to cook these aubergines.
What's more daunting, the stunts? I mean, and if you were a Sanchez fan, some of those stunts were pretty extreme, or the kitchen?
I think working in the kitchen with chefs, it's hard work. It's hard work, but it's good. Enjoy it. So we're cooking this. It's a bit of a quiet point.
Anybody got any questions? No?
Any questions for everyone in the crowd?
No, everyone's just intrigued. Everyone's just mesmerised by it. I had a question. I mean, since the last few years, obviously we've had Veganuary for the last, was it like 7 or 8 years? We've had Veganuary. People go and do that whole. Have you seen like a rise, like more people getting involved, like more people getting in touch and asking stuff? Do you think it's becoming a more popular kind of?
There's a lot of. I think Veganuary every year is growing. I think they've got about 750 members now. So it's growing really. Every year it grows and grows and grows and grows. And I think a lot of people give it a go, and then they decide, well, I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to carry on being vegan, which is amazing. So
I've tried doing it a few times, and I like try and do a vegan day, and then I get to about 10:30 and have a cappuccino, and the milk comes from a cow, and I'm like, well, that's it, that's game over. So then I'll just go and like gorge on a pack of ham or something. But I think I need to kind of try. And is there a way into it? Like, is there an easy way of kind of going down that vegan route?
It's not hard to be vegan these days. I mean, maybe 30 years ago, anyone in here who's been vegan for 30 years, I'd take my hat off to you. I mean, if you went to a restaurant, you'd literally be getting jack of potato and beans or chips or whatever. But these days, you walk into a supermarket and it's just, the choice is just unbelievable. So it is really good.
You've got a fly in your throat. I think something must have flown down there. It's a good job I killed that wasp. Do you still keep in contact then with the guys from Sanchez?
Yeah. I spoke to Dayton yesterday. I spoke to Pan. Well, I actually went to see Pancho the other day.
Because that was I mean, it were coming out just at the time when you had things like Jackass in the States, and you had the Dudesons in Finland. I mean, Sanchez was a bit more extreme, I always thought. I thought it was a bit less.
Well, yeah, we did some completely stupid things back in the day. I mean, at one point I thought it was in the Guinness Book of Records for the most amount of paintballs to the human body.
Was it 110?
103. But Anthony Kelly, 102. So, yeah.
How did that fit? I mean, I can't imagine how it felt to have 110 paintballs.
It was absolute agony, trust me. Honestly, it was terrible. Get these up.
Question. Was there a question? A hand up? Yes, this lady here.
I'm just wondering what Lemmy is.
Where's Lemmy, your dog?
Oh, where's Lemmy? Do you know what? If I knew what dogs were allowed, I would have brought him along. But honestly, he's just the best thing ever. I mean, he's running around here like a lunatic. Just transfixed, ball. That's all he cares about, is his ball.
He's got his own shampoo, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, it's called Lemmy Wash, yeah. So all the proceeds go to local charities as well, so, yeah. That's why it smells so nice.
So if you are looking for dog shampoo, Lemmy Wash is what you need.
Lemmy Wash, yep. How much time have we got left?
How much time we got left? 10, 15 minutes? Teresa?
We got plenty of time.
How long have we got left? We started at 12. I reckon we've got 5 minutes left. There's 5 minutes on the clock, I think, at the half.
We're going to have to start building everything up. But the thing is, you're not going to get to taste it anyway, so I'll just let you know the basics.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So if there are any more questions...
10 minutes!
If there are any more questions, please get them in now. But we've got another demo later, haven't we? About 2:40, I think.
Yep, I'm making a smoky pokey sweet corn chowder later as well, which is absolutely banging. Right then, if you could do me a favour, Joe,
Yep.
we need to make a crust for the top of this Parmigiana.
Do you know what? I've got to say, I've been on stage with a lot of people who've made Parmigianas before, and I've always held my tongue. I mean, my family come from Calabria, which is where Parmigiana come from, and you're doing it the way my mum does it. You fry the aubergines.
No way, that's
yeah,
that.
She fries the aubergines. Most people bake them. You make it. You've got breadcrumbs. You've not got any mozzarella in there.
Respect, man.
I'm enjoying this. Usually, you're watching it and think this would be on the menu at Bella Italia, but this is good. Sorry, there's no one from Bella Italia. Until they get sued again. Right, we'll make some breadcrumbs. And this is where the word Parmigiana comes from, because it's like that bread.
We're going to put some breadcrumbs in here, sourdough if possible.
Did you bring this?
Pardon?
Is this yours?
I brought this here.
This is a nice piece of kit.
I do. Anyone got a ninja in the house? They're so good. Yeah, really good. Right, we need the zest of 1 lemon.
I'd love to know what you would have done with this 10 years ago. Probably not make breadcrumbs.
Well, most probably would have put my hand in it. Or put Pancho's hand in it when he's had a few beers.
He'd have been cross, wouldn't he?
He was always cross. Every time he did something to me, we had to run away. Anyway, put the zest of 1 lemon.
If no one's ever watched Sanchez, please buy it on YouTube.
If you haven't watched Sanchez, if you've got younger ones, don't watch it. We've got some nooch as well.
So can you be quite liberal with that? Can you put like plenty in?
Yeah, it depends on how cheesy, how nutty you want it. And then we're going to put some olive oil. And then we're going to put the lid on and we're going to blitz the beauty up.
So if anybody wants to come and get a book or go and meet you, what time, whereabouts?
Straight after this.
That is like a ninja, isn't it?
And there we have it. Brilliant.
That is a nice piece of kit. Big round of applause for that. Everybody was fascinated with that.
Lemony nucci.
That's cool.
Let's build this dish up, man. Right. We've got an oven dish. Basically, we're just going to layer everything. So you're going to put a layer of your aubergine on the bottom, like so.
Is this recipe in the book, Matt?
The recipe is in the first book, yes. And then we're going to layer with the tomato sauce. This, honestly, it'll feed a family of 4, and it's absolutely bang. It really is a good dish. Full of flavour, as you know yourself. And then we're going to put some more layers on.
Good way of making like aubergines go a bit further as well, isn't it? Like you're getting a lot of kind of value for your money there.
Because we haven't got much time, we couldn't cook the rest of them, but you get the idea.
So everybody, you need to hang around after this if you're going to go and get a book signing from Matt or go and meet him. But then we've got Phil next, haven't we, Teresa?
Mr. Vickery.
The wonderful Phil Vickery, yeah? So do sit around and wait for that because it will be a fantastic demonstration, no doubt about that. We were speaking back then, and Phil's done this a few years now. We're new to this. Is this your first time at Clumber?
This is my first time, yeah.
But you've been doing a lot of stuff with the universities, haven't you, online?
Yeah, it's actually quite fun. You just do it straight from the kitchen. It goes via Zoom and it goes through all the universities and they cook with you. It's absolutely brilliant. And we're going to cut some basil. Sprinkle some basil over the top. And now we're going to get the breadcrumbs. No, if anyone's got one of the, they know how sharp one of these buggers are. Oh, I tell you what. And then we're going to put these over the top.
I would have just ignored the water.
Oh, and you can smell that. There's lemon zest as well. It's just absolutely beautiful. And when it crusts up in the oven as well, absolutely brilliant.
Could you put any like vegan cheese onto that?
You could put mozzarella, yeah, but some mozzarella I just don't like it. But you did give me some good mozzarella,
and I was looking for.
I'm looking forward to taste. Yeah. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Aubergine Parmigiana, ready to go in the oven.
Big round of applause, Matt Pritchard, Dirty Vegan. And Matt will be signing books and selling books somewhere around here. I'm sure you'll see him. Matt, thanks so much. What time's your next show? It's
2:40.
Yeah.
2:40.
And we'll do it
Thanks,
again.
Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause for the wonderful Matt Pritchard. Come and have a look if you want. Come and take a picture and hang around for Phil Vickery in about half an hour. Half an hour's time, Phil Vickery. Thanks very much. You've been great.